Hey adventurers! Okay, so I know I've been saying that I'm going to When We Were Young, but I ended up not going. This is what happened. So I was looking at hotels, and like Vegas always is, it's ridiculously expensive, and I did not want to spend like $1,000 on 2 nights at a hotel. So I actually ended up booking a hotel that was right off the strip, and it was like 700 something dollars. And then I would also have to have my friend come watch Poppy, which would have been like even more money, not to mention the 8-hour round trip drive to and from Vegas. And I was already on the fence about going. Whatever, I booked the hotel and I was like mentally preparing to go. So now we're gonna do a little background information. This is my sweet baby angel friend Shannon. She is someone that I met through emo night, so we've been friends for like almost 4 years now. And she loves Twilight. She actually has a Twilight podcast called 3 Books One Plot that she hosts with her friend G. I'll link the podcast below if you want to take a listen. I was on one episode of the podcast last year, and I was invited back to do another podcast episode for this season that's currently airing. I'm recording the podcast, talking with G, find out she lives in Colorado, and I'm like, hey, you should totally check out Emo Night because they are doing a takeover of Meow Wolf in Denver for Halloween weekend. We record the podcast. Afterwards, we're all just chit-chatting, and I look up round-trip flights to Denver for the weekend. Just curious. Ends up being pretty cheap, less than $200. Mention that, we get off the call, life moves on. So then randomly one day I get a text from Shannon saying that she booked her flights, and I was like, oh, okay, let me look around. So then I end up booking the same flights as her, and suddenly we're going to Denver. So When We Were Young was last weekend. This weekend is Halloween weekend. I decided to cancel my hotel reservation in Vegas. I sent my When We Were Young wristband off to a good home, and now we're here. Then Emo Night announces that they are doing a Halloween event in LA on Friday, the day before we fly out to Denver. And the flights that we have out to Denver are at like 5 a.m., which means we have to be on our way at least by 3 a.m. So there really aren't any options to get a good night's sleep and go to Emo Night LA, which happens to also be vampire theme, which, as I said, Shannon, Twilight, vampires, I feel like she at least should probably make an appearance. So our options are now either go to Emo Night LA, leave early-ish, it starts at 9, get a couple hours of sleep and then head to the airport, or full send it, go to Emo Night, which ends at 2 a.m., shower, and then head straight to the airport. And then when we get to Colorado, it's only a 2.5-hour flight, so that's not enough sleep, but then when we get to Colorado, we can nap and then go to Meow Wolf. That's kind of the loose plan right now.
So we did make it to Emo Night LA. We actually ended up getting there around 9:30. To celebrate Saw's 20th anniversary, we also had Billy the Puppet DJ for us. We ended up leaving around 1 a.m. so we could have time to get home, shower, throw our bags in the car, and then head to the bus to take us to the airport. We got to the airport with plenty of time to spare. The flight ended up taking off on time, and then we landed in Denver. After we left the airport, we stopped by Spirit Halloween and a liquor store, and then we napped. We ended up getting to Meow Wolf around 9 p.m. and doors opened at 9:30, and it was so much fun just wandering around trying to find all the different rooms, and it was definitely overwhelming, but very impressive. single karaoke available at one of the bars in the venue. Here are the boys doing their thing. Towards the end, we kind of just hid out in this tunnel and listened to the sets from there. They also brought in pizza for us around 1 a.m. Sunday, the next day, we stopped by a Mexican place to get some margaritas and chips and queso. Then we just kind of wandered around the town a bit, and it was very nice and decorated and themed for Halloween and Dia de los Muertos. We stopped by Chiba Hut, which is basically a stoner themed sandwich shop, and it was a very, very good cheese sandwich. We stopped by the museum to see some more Dia de los Muertos displays, and this one was really cute because it's dedicated to all the pets. We stopped by Dutch Bros since we don't have any locally, and I got the energy drink, but as you can see, it was not my favorite. Then we stopped by this really pretty cemetery to soak in some of the autumnal vibes. We ended having a wholesome night at home making dinner. We had a tofu rice dish that was very good, and we made some Halloween themed friendship bracelets. We started Monday off with some voodoo donuts, and then we headed over to the Weather Museum to check out some of their exhibits. After that, we headed back to town to grab some yummy lunch at the tea house. Before heading to the airport, we did stop by a local waterfall, and then that was it. We were off to the airport and we flew back home. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.